Hello and welcome to another Retro Crazy Mini Byte. One Commodore power supply for a Commodore Amiga. I've done one before when I did my A1200 review, however this is known as the Heavy power supply. The output on this, by comparison to my previous one, is 4.3 amps on the 5 volt rail. So these are the ones that are recommended if you're going to run, you know, heavy units, heavy loads, extra expansions, that sort of thing. So we're going to pop this open, see what's inside and take it from there. So what I'm expecting to see in here is basically a honking big transformer. So let's pop this open. Oh yeah, there's the weight. One big lump. Definitely needs a good clean out. That's fine. Let's lift the rest of this out. Okay, so I'm being quite careful because this is just soldered onto the board. I could desolder it, lift it off. That would save a lot of time and effort. However, we can see there are a lot of very old caps here. There's more tucked inside. I can see at least maybe 1 or 2 voltage regulators, maybe 3, not sure. We need to have a check there, see if there's anything that needs done. However, the caps I definitely want to replace. They are quite old and yeah, we've got a big heat sink, so they've been near a lot of heat. They will not have fared very well. So initially I'm just going to take a picture of what's in here, then I'll turn the whole thing upside down and I'm going to desolder. Now before I start, I want to make this very clear, I am not a trained technician. This is a high voltage system that will quite easily kill you. If you are unsure at all, then please seek a professional's advice or seek a certified repair technician who can do this work for you. So I've ordered up some replacements. This is a class X capacitor and these are class Ys. They are notorious for letting out the magic smoke, and at the age of them, yeah, let's replace. So I ordered some replacements. This one came through, it's got a small crack in the bottom of the case. It shouldn't affect the capacitor at all because it's just the case, it hasn't broken the resin. So that's fine. Yeah, there's a small problem with those. These came from CPC. And they are a little bit smaller. Just a tiny bit. So what I'm going to do is I'll use one of the legs, I'll bend the other leg out and I'll put through just a cut off piece of one of the component legs and solder them together, and that will allow me to bridge where it needs to go and make connection with these. So yeah, difficult to get these at the moment. There's a shortage which is affecting pretty much everything, and I went for good quality branded ones, not no names or names that I certainly did not recognise. So let's get on and do that now, but to do it I'm going to have to move the main transformer out the way so I can get into work, and I'm going to do that by desoldering the positive and negative here, and that should allow me just to pivot this to the side and give me access. And there we go. This case has been cleaned, and it's also been sun brighting. Yes, we do actually get sun in Scotland, and it's actually remarkable the change. It's come up quite nicely. The lower case was always better than the upper, and now it seems to match certainly quite well. So yeah, I'm very happy with that. Question is, what happens when we plug this in? I've obviously still got the cables to clean. That's not a difficult job. That's going to be isopropyl alcohol, just wiped over the cables. But before I do anything, I want to find out what's going on in here, because we got a nice big crack in the plug. So this is the last thing to do before we go to final testing. Okay, I'm going to ditch this plug completely. This I don't trust at all, so get rid of it. It's not meant to have the crack. However, this is one reason why you should always check what you get before you do anything. This was supposedly tested and working, and I'm sorry, that's not connected, and that's not connected. That's the earth. So this has just been so dangerous. And then look at all of the carbonisation here. I'm ditching this completely. It's been arcing. I don't know what's been going on, but this is completely unsafe. So I'm getting rid of it completely. So that's it all done. You can see there's no wire visible. It's all in solid, it's all tightened down. It's now all the right length. I could have made this a bit shorter, but that's fine. And I was going to use the strain relief the other way up, because this is quite a thick cable, but it's already been fairly well crushed, so it wouldn't have worked at this point here. To do that, I would have had to have cut here and then redone the wiring. Now, because this power supply is a 4.3 amp output, the stock fuse that was in is a 3 amp. I'm going to replace that with a 5 amp. And with that all done, now the fun part of testing. So here we are at testing. I've got a pinout, I've got a meter, I've got the power supply plugged in. I have to stress you are working with mains voltage. I've put this back in the case for testing. I could have tested out. Safety. If you're in any doubt, seek a professional. Does it go bang? Nope, it doesn't. There's no funny noises, so that's great. I'm going to use a plastic tube just over the ground, which allows me to put the probe in without danger of shorting. And now let's check. 12 volts, yep. Minus 12 volts. And 5 volts down the bottom. Sorry, I had a bad connection in here. Whew, that had me worried for a second. I thought, oh, we've got the bigger fault. The final one down here is the shield. So I'm going to move all this out of the way, and this is the final result. A working Commodore Amiga 4.3 amp power supply. That will power pretty much anything I want to throw at my 1200 and my 500. So superb, job's done. Well, thank you for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe if you found this helpful. It does help the channel grow, and I'll see you on the next mini bite.